up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and we're gonna get into the new Fula or the Fula palette by Juvia's place. I was talking to my girl Karen Harris here on YouTube. She had posted on her community tab that this palette had went $5. I remember asking you all in the video if you wanted to see it or not. I don't know if the video went up yet or not, and that's why I didn't get a response. But for $5, I was like, we gonna try it out. So when she said it went 50% off, she bought it. I bought it too, because I was like, I think it ended up only being $12 even, or sorry, $10 with the shipping and the taxes after I got the 50% off. So I was like, it's worth it to me because I basically got the palette with free shipping. Sounds good. So here's what she looks like on the inside. It gives me the vibes of the, what is it, the Unearthly Cosmetics Smells Like Holiday Spirit palette in a more condensed form. That's what I immediately thought of when I saw it. Unfortunately, because I hadn't seen it close up in person, I literally just grabbed the box, threw it in my bag when I get ready to come over here. I don't have that one to show you. I do have a few palettes to show you though that I already had sitting around here for other videos that I was supposed to do. Because I literally just grabbed it, threw it in my bag, and then Adrian over and I came over here to film. So I'm sorry I don't have more to show you. I'm trying to get back into doing my palette comparison shorts, so that way you get more ideas of palettes that go with other palettes, and to get back on my TikTok and my IG reels, because I definitely calmed down and stopped on that. But like I said, I'll show you the ones I have now. The ones I have that are just, you know, supposed to be palette mashups or you know, things of that nature, or palette combinations, I'll show you that. But I'm starting off with these Sahara 2 by Juvia's place. I feel like these could be good companion palettes, and they look somewhat similar in color story. Not exact, I said somewhat similar, so keep that in mind. But if you have this one, you might want to pair it with this one, because I feel like the burgundy here would go nice with this top row right here, and then the blue and kind of cool tone shades would go nicer with the shades. And in this palette, because I feel like there's more cool tone in here and there's more warm tone in here, so it'll be a nice palette combination. Since it's the Juvia's Place palette and this is the Juvia's Place palette, I figured I'd start off with those. Let's put that back in the drawer now. Next, I have the Poison Apple from Unearthly Cosmetics. I feel like the color stories of these were actually more similar than I expected them to be when you look at them. Because see, they got a lot of the greens, and it has like the reds, and it has some of the deeper tones as well. So I thought this could be a good palette mashup, or good palette combination palette as well. Because it has a lot of the same similar tones. I feel like that dual chrome in the middle looks really similar to that dual chrome down there. And they just have a lot of the same similar tones, in my personal opinion. So I want to show that. Why do I have this here? Oh, I think this is supposed to be, I was supposed to compare that to some other palette. That's why it's here. I couldn't remember why. Next, I have the Untamed palette from Sigma. Now, I feel like this would be a good companion palette as well, because I feel like it has a lot of deeper tones to go with the deeper tones in here, and a lot of deeper mattes to go with the deeper shimmers in this palette. Because I'm noticing that there are a few deeper dual chrome shimmers in here, and this one seems to be more of a muted neutral side. So I felt like this could be a good, you know, palette mashup, or you know, palette combination, if you will. So I want to show that as well. I don't think I have that many palettes that look similar to this palette either, which is good, because I mean, for a while I felt like with certain brands I could pull out a lot of different palettes and show palettes that were similar. So I feel like this one is somewhat similar. I feel like this is like the lighter friendlier version of the Juvia's Place palette. This is the Secret Garden, or sorry, the Secret palette from Nabla. Here's what it looks like on the inside compared to this one. I feel like they have some similar tones, not exact, but similar. That's why I want to show it. Then next, last three are just palette, well, sorry, the last two will be palette mashups, or palette combinations. But I have the Palette palette from Ace Beauty to show alongside this palette. I feel like they have some similar tones, not exact, but some similar ones, so that's why I want to show this one. Obviously, this one's bigger and has more variety, but I feel like this could be a condensed version of this, possibly. Possibly. You can comment and tell me what you think down below, but that's what both of them look like. Oh yeah, I had this in the box for best of. Next, I have, the last two I have are, what is it, collab palettes. So I have the Shroud and Batty Bean palette. This is the Halloween. I feel like this would be a good companion palette for this one, and I feel like it looks somewhat similar as well, so I'm going to show both of those off and see what you all think down below. But I definitely want to pair this one with this one, because I think they would just be great combination. I still love the shade, what's it, Black Flame the most in this palette, so I definitely feel like it'd be good to go with this one. And they just look really nice side by side, so I have to show those. The last one I have is the Teresa is Lethal palette. This is her second collab with Mented Cosmetics. I love the shade Space Trash, so spoiler alert, this will be in my favorites of 2022 palette video, but here's what it looks like. Again, this is just supposed to be a companion palette to this palette. I do feel like they have some similar shades, but not enough to where I would consider this to be a dupe. So a lot of them I just have are comparison shades. I wish I had Velvet Dust here with me, because I feel like that would be a good comparison or companion palette, or, you know, palette matcher to go along with this, but I forgot to bring it. So you're just gonna see these two, because those are what I have here with me. I tried to bring all the new palettes I had for, you know, my best of 2022. So like the last three you saw are actually, spoiler alert, in my best of 2022 video. But I'm trying to figure out what I like to do with this, because I kind of want to mix the warm with the cool. But that means I would just kind of stick to this little section right here, and we kind of leave that alone. So I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to do, but I think that might end up what I do. That might be end up being what I do. I don't know why it was so hard to say. If you're curious what's on my eyes right now, this is actually Killer Purr 2.0 is what I'm calling it. They redid the Killer Purr palette and added some different shimmers and took out some of the mattes, because it was more matte heavy, and they wanted to give some of those special dual chromes that they have in the new formula that they have. So that's what's on my eyes right now, if anyone cared. But I'm gonna go off camera and figure out what we're gonna do with this. But I'm feeling like we're gonna use these tones right here, because I feel like I always would use this one and this one to use the deeper tones. So I kind of want to use some of the warmer tones, just because I always use the deeper tones. So, or maybe I'll just use this row and the purple. Either way, I'm going to use one of these deeper shades for the outer V, and then try to mainly concentrate on this part right here, and maybe use this yellow in the inner corner or something. I'll be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all. So here's the eye I came up with. I used all the mattes, and then I used a good, I think I used all the shimmers. So I used every single shade in this palette to make the look we have on now. I know, right? That's crazy, but I used every single shade. So I don't need to show, I'll show you what order I did it. So I used this to dust into the crease. This is in the front part of the eye. This is toward the middle. This, of course, is on the back. Then I started with this on the back part of the eye, but this toward the middle. I put this toward the middle. This is toward the front, and this is in the very inner corner toward the front, and this is our inner corner color. So I try to make sure I use every single shade in it, just so we can see how they perform, since I felt like it wasn't that many shades in it. So I'll start off with that lightest shade and just dust over. I am using the Kaleidos eyeshadow primer, as opposed to using the what do you call it, the white Glam Light one I normally use. I'm trying to get out of using that one, because I was like an idiot. I didn't buy another white one during the sale. I don't have any that are literally like perfectly white. I should have bought one from them or Color Rain, since they both had amazing sales, but like an idiot I didn't. So here we are, with me only having like medium, more pinky beige tone shades inside the white. So now I'm trying to preserve my white and just, you know, use up what I have, as opposed to, you know, buying more, because like I'm not trying to buy anymore. So I'm gonna take the dark purple now and start putting that on the outer V, of course, because y'all know how I am. I need to have my dark outer V to start out with. And I think it's a unique sort of shade of purple, if you will, because I feel like I don't have a lot of shades in my collection that are this type of purple. Because I feel like it's pulling like this weird deep gray beige or gray or madam grayish type shade, but in a eyeshadow, and much deeper. If you remember the shade from Pat McGrath and lipstick called Madam Grayish, that's what this gives me the vibe of when it comes to the color of it, just an eyeshadow form. So that's what I'm calling this. So let me guess. I know you're trying to do it. Okay, so I'm going to dust this anything here. I just drag this about right here, because I want the little orange to peek through in the front like you see there. So stop about right here. And now that I think about it, this kind of gives me vibes of a deeper version of, what's that palette called? Witching Hour. Or like vibes of Mariposas. Or vibes of like, was it Fall Magic or Fairy Frolic from Unearthly. So it gives me the vibes of three of the Unearthly palettes. I'm gonna have to try to make sure I did a palette comparison short. I'm gonna try it. I make no promises though, just because, like I told y'all, because I have to do all these videos all this time or whatever, it's like hard to necessarily get to do shorts nowadays. And like my TikTok content, it used to be easier, but it's like, since I be more tired than, I get tired a whole lot recently, it's harder for me to, you know, excuse me, push myself to do those. So that's why I haven't been doing them a lot recently, or who are we kidding? A lot. I haven't done them at all recently, but that's why. So I'm gonna try to get back on it. I think I had filmed 2 on a day when Adrian was out of school. I'm sorry, not Adrian was out of school, when I had the week off from work, but somebody was mowing the lawn. I think I told y'all the story already, and it ended up being really loud, so it drowned, even with the music, like I couldn't drown out how loud these lawnmowers were. And so I kind of just got discouraged and annoyed. I still have some older ones up that I was thinking about putting up, just so I could like gauge and see if anybody even gonna watch them anymore. But it's like I just haven't done it because I've been focused on obviously just trying to get to 1,000 here on YouTube. Then maybe my focus to turn back to that. But I'm like, right now I'm just kind of not trying to know. So I'm starting off with the deepest purple shimmer, of course. I'm gonna pack that all right here. This looks so metallic and shimmery and foily and gorgeous. Like, look at that. Honey, it just looks stunning. And for the most part, I just did it all the way toward the back. Again, something I don't normally do, but it just looks so pretty. It's like, yes, it needs to cover the entire eye. But I am going to go back in with some more of the purple just to darken it out like I did on this side. But for right now, it's just going to stay the way it is. Y'all know me, I'm going to go back in with all the colors just to bring them all back to the forefront. So, I hope that's off in the back of my hand. And the next one I tried was this one here. So, let me go into that one now. So I just kind of combine the last 2 shimmers together, closer toward the front of the eye, and then we're going to put the orange right where the orange matte starts. So I try to concentrate the like bluish purple shifting and the blue green purple shifting shimmer toward the middle of the eye, if you will, after we hit the dark purple toward the back. So now we're going to go with the last shade I was talking about. And put that one on top of this one, and then they'll just be a cute little combination of the colors. Like so, to transition in from the purple to this shade. Now I'm going to go with the orange in the front to get extra cute little pop and moment there. We start with that, and then I went in last with the what do you call it, with the gold in the inner corner. So I used the same pencil brush for the inner corner as I did for the gold. So hopefully too much of the gold doesn't transfer. I mean, it is a little bit. That's because I forgot to wipe it off before I like started this. I gotta get up and go to Sephora in the morning, y'all. So I gotta be up at like 10 a.m. to make sure I get to Sephora to get the highlighter, so that way we can film that along with other content I need to film for today, because I'm trying to do a couple battle of loves. Yes, I'm still battling. It's the end of the year. We still trying to battle stuff. So that's what we're looking like so far. Let me wipe off this orange. And then we'll put this gold in the inner corner. Gold again and see if I can make the orange just a little bit brighter, because I forgot to wipe off the gold initially, and I feel like it's looking a little more gold than it is orange, and that's not the message we are trying to convey, girlfriend. So yeah, this is what we're working with. I'm liking it. I'm liking it. We'll go back in and do a little more detailed work. Y'all know I gotta put some more blue back in there just to give a little more detail to my crease. Gotta take the orange, a little more detail to my crease. Then I'll take the purple and put more detail on the outer V and drag it upwards a little bit, because I feel like it's lacking up there. So right here, right there. You can go on with the brush we really put all this coloring on and dust all over all this. And this is your finished look, girl. So this is your finished look. We just added to the other eye. I haven't put on my eyeliner and mascara, of course, because I just got done doing this here with you, girl. So backing on up now, let's talk about what we think about this palette. So I think this is standard Juvia's Place quality. I like the mattes in here, I like the shimmers in here. I think everything performed pretty nicely, and since I used every single shade in here, I can definitely say everything performed nicely. I'm shocked that I got to use all of them, but combining both these two shades together on lid, because I feel like they look pretty similar, at least in the pan. Necessarily on the hand, I'm not 100%, but I feel like combined together they look really nice. I'm gonna swatch them separately so you see what they look like separately. One of these shades definitely looks like a shade that's in the what is it, the Poison Apple palette. So these are the two shades I combined on the lid. As you can see, they do have kind of a shift to them. They have two different shifts. I know the lighting isn't that great, so you might not be able to see, but I feel like they shift two different colors, but combined they still look pretty nice on the eye. So I'm impressed with the palette. Like I said, it's the standard Juvia's Place quality, so if you've tried Juvia's Place, you know what I'm talking about. And for $5, I think it's excellently steal. Even at $10, I think it's good, because I know you're paying a little bit more than like $1 per shadow, because there's like 9 shadows in here. But I think you're still paying less than $1 per shadow with it being $10. Don't quote me though, but I think it's a really nice palette, and I'm actually pleasantly surprised by it. I wasn't sure how it was gonna be, because y'all know sometimes the 6 pans are hits and miss. I'm mainly excited they didn't put any pressed glitters in here, because I remember complaining about pressed glitters, and a lot of 6 pans there are pressed glitters, and I'd complain about that. So I'm just excited there's no pressed glitters in here, to be perfectly honest. But like I said, I feel like if you have, what is it, Fall Magic or Fairy Frolic or what was the other one I named? I named one of Unearthly Cosmetics palette, Witching Hour. You might not necessarily want to go out and grab this, because I feel like these have a lot of similar color stories. I'll try to remember to do it on my IG stories and save it so you all can remember, or maybe I'll do IG reels on it. I'm not exactly sure, but I'll try to do something to compare this to some other palettes in my collection. But I like it enough to recommend that you try it out. So those are my thoughts. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.